Now, it's been a while since we heard from the boy TAXSTONE, who, if you didn't know, was the creator of the Tax Season podcast and was really becoming one of the leading voices in hip hop. He's been gone for a couple of years now, awaiting trial over the Irving Plaza shooting. We all know that situation that took place in 2016 that also involved Troy Ave. I'm not gonna get into exact specifics into what went down there, but just know it resulted in a close friend of Troy Ave ultimately being killed. Now, for the past couple of years, TAXSTONE has been relatively quiet since he's been locked up, but recently I've been seeing an uptick on his Twitter account. TAXSTONE is back tweeting like he's free as a bird. Get it? Free as a bird, free as a bird.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
And I didn't even know you could be tweeting from prison or jail. Wherever TAXSTONE is at right now, he must have some great Wi-Fi, because he's been tweeting like he's free. It's great to see him back on Twitter, but it seems like he has a lot to say, and Tax has always had a lot to say, but now it seems like he has a little bit more on his mind. It looks like he's been having a little bit of some pent-up aggression or pent-up feelings towards a few people in the industry, and if you know Tax, he's not one to hold any punches. Now, today we'll be focusing on his recent tweets that were directed to NORE. NORE, who had a relationship with Tax before Tax got locked up. Apparently, Tax has an issue with NORE for having Troy Ave as a guest on his Drink Champs podcast. Here's what Tax tweeted. I helped the dude start his podcast from scratch. Talked to him every night for months straight, planning it out, every detail down to the lawyers, and he put a dude on his show that called me a murderer. I'm not sure if being cool is worth anything. You don't even have to have an argument with people. You just find out one day that they never fucked with you. Just know it's no loyalty in this new universe metaverse. People will throw you under the bus for views. Now, just off these tweets, it's not directly specific to NORE until you see this tweet over here. Somebody tweeted to Tax, fuck NORE. And TAXSTONE responded by saying, I forgive his weak ass, I just won't forget. And he also wrote, I know I don't hate NORE, cause when he got that Ye interview, I was mad hype for him. I just understand that views is more important than morals or code in this climate. And that's that. NORE didn't need me anymore. He needed a rodent to get his views. So it was like, fuck it. I pray that views isn't my main source of income ever in life. NORE was a street dude at one point. I guess people who think like me were confused, but I understand he's a journalist now. Obviously, TAXSTONE has been feeling away about this whole NORE having Troy Ave on his podcast, and we've kind of known this for a while because a lot of people affiliated with TAXSTONE were coming at NORE about this whole Troy Ave situation, and it's obvious that TAXSTONE would feel the exact same way. Now, we haven't heard any response from NORE about this. I'm sure sooner or later we might see him talk about it, but who knows? I want to know what y'all think. Do you think that NORE was fucked up for having Troy Ave on his podcast? NORE, who, by the way, has been having, in my opinion, one of the best runs in podcast history. Now, I don't even think Troy Ave is nowhere near one of the best guests that NORE has had, but he definitely caught a lot of flack for having Troy Ave there. I understand why Tax might have some sort of resentment towards NORE. Unfortunately, Tax went from having an infinite potential to now being locked up, and he's looking at the people that he feels like he helped out, not even reaching out to him, not even speaking about him anymore. And it's hard not to think like that when you're locked up. Now, does Tax have a point? Yeah, I kind of do see where he's coming from. You're sitting down and having a conversation with somebody who's apparently trying to call me a murderer and potentially have me in jail for the rest of my life. Yeah, I would feel away. And if Tax really feels like he did help NORE get into the space he is in now, I can see where a lot of that resentment comes from. All I know is that TAXSTONE's story has served as a cautionary tale. Like, if you are in this position to have so much opportunity, please don't throw it all away. Like, don't let the streets that we've grown up in and the ways that we've learned stop us from growing further in our lives. We have to stop the mentality that's been keeping us trapped. Like, you see, we get so far only to go right back. So I really do hope that situations like these help people learn and guide them to do things the right way. And by the way, I wonder if Nori even feels like he did anything wrong by having that interview. Maybe Nori doesn't feel like Tax did as much as Tax feels like he did for Nori. You never know. Like, yeah, Tax was a little bit more seasoned in the podcast game, but maybe Nori is like, yo, I could have got that help from anybody else, which might seem a little ungrateful, but I'm just throwing it out there. Maybe that's the way Nori was thinking. He's like, yo, bro, I don't see that as a big deal. I'm just being a journalist, but who knows? You guys let me know in the comments. Let me know how you feel about this. Shout out to all the yo-yas on the east side. It's your boy KD. Make sure you like the video, subscribe, and I can't say that enough. Subscribe to the channel. I'm out of here.